Yeah, Charles Dahlquist. I guess, did you get a chance to meet everyone here?
Yeah.
Took off? Okay. Kind of introduce yourself, why you're running, just take a couple minutes talk about, what your ideas are and things like that. And then we'll get into questions after that.
All right, well, I'm Charles Dahlquist. I've been living in Niagara County all my life, Dahlquist preferably. I was born in Niagara Falls and moved to Pekin, believe it or not, for a number of years. And we moved to Dahlquist. I've been here ever since. And, grew up here, started my business here, worked a few places out of town, but not very much. I started my business, believe it or not, automobile repair shop. I worked for L. Morgan Chevrolet way over in 1962 and 61 because nobody wanted to ever work on Corvairs, and I started specializing in Corvairs. And that's how I started my business. So I went from there and I work on regular cars and do all kinds of machine work and stuff like that. Anyway, bottom line is 45 years I'm still doing it and capable of doing it, thank God.
Still specializing in particular types of cars?
I still specialize, believe it or not. I lost Corvairs for about 15 years because they quit making them in 1969. Well, now they're all coming collectible.
Mm-hmm.
And I saved everything I had.
Wow, that's smart. Yeah.
And I've had it for 40 years, 35 years. So I've got lots of little parts. I've got all my text and everything I need. And nobody does, well, you know how it is today. Nobody will do anything anyway.
Yeah.
But specializing in those kinds of things is almost impossible. So I'm getting cars from all over the country now.
Huh.
They're driving them in from California, Arizona, Florida for mechanical work because there's nobody doing mechanical work. And nobody has any
It's interesting, yeah.
anywhere where they'll do it. But anyway, and I still do it, and I enjoy it. And I got interested and I got asked to do the voting machines for the town of Lockport. And I've been doing that for 9 years up until, of course, this year. I relinquished my position. And I'm on the zoning board for the town of Lockport for 5 years. And I really enjoy that. And the schooling is really good for the town. I'm glad that they have that to offer from the state planning and zoning commission.
Right.
So I go to that school over there in Saratoga. This is my 3rd year. I just came back from that last week, 2 weeks ago.
How do they work that? Is it a week at a time? You go in
3 days.
Oh, okay.
You get there Sunday afternoon, they have a review, and they have a supper, luncheon type thing, and
Right.
kind of an introduction, and Monday we got classes. And Tuesday we got classes, and then Wednesday they adjourn. But they have all kinds of classes, all the legal matters, all setback, zoning, planning, site plans, that kind of thing. And I enjoy that, and you get more out of being there, talking to the other people in the state, because you get people from all over New Jersey,
Right.
New York, but you get to see Niagara Falls, Tonawanda. But so far, I've been the only one. This year, the first year, we finally set our planning board chairman. We finally went this year, but up until that, nobody's ever gone to these schools every year, and I don't understand why it's all free. All you gotta do is be there.
Yeah.
Take 3 days out of your life. I mean, what's the big deal? Everybody's paying for it.
Wow.
I mean, I think the education is invaluable, to be honest with you, because we get situations that are they're always challenging. And I've got a lot of people I can contact downstate if I have to have some legal matters or something like this, where they have some variances that don't conform. Shit, somebody wants to make them conform, you know how that works.
Right. Is there any way to make that required? I mean, before you become a planning board member,
It was required, it was suggested, but last year the state made it mandatory. You had to have at least 5 hours, actually 4 hours or 8 hours per 2 years. So I got a 10.7 hours this last time around because I attended all the classes.
Right.
So that was good. I thought that was good.
So why are you running legislature? Why are you running?
Well, I was going to go on the town board originally.
Yeah.
I had other people picked prior to my decision, which I wasn't aware of. They said one thing and I found out something else. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. And I was talking to Ed Shoemaker there. He's not my attorney, but I know him all my life. I work on his cars and stuff and his family, whatever. He's just down the street from me. But anyway, he said, why don't you run for the county legislature? He said, we need some big changes there. Well, I know we need money changes. I says, I haven't got a chance to, you know, where,
Right,
to do
right.
anything. He says, you'd be surprised. He says, you may do okay. So I talked myself into it, talked to the wife, and she's been absolutely so supportive. Without her, I would never get off the ground, because she's doing all the clerical work, and she's really good at what she does. She's an old agent for the IRS, so she also knows a lot of legal angles and things. She's been doing it for 20 years, so she's a tax specialist by trade. So, but anyway, that's worked out well, and we've both working really hard at it. But come to find out, it got to be enjoyable because I could get out and see all the people. I saw on my feet, 1-to-1, 1,144 people that vote. People that vote. There's no sense in monkeying around with people that don't vote because it's just kind of a waste of time, I think. So I went to see all my Republicans for the primary and stuff, and that got to be interesting. I went through over at the Woodland Trailer Court over there, and the village and all that, and down all the perimeters of town, and Rapids, and all over the place. And a lot of input, a lot of people had a lot of issues. I was,
What issue do you hear the most?
oh, issues about the town, issues about the county, taxes, of course, taxes. And what's your ideas? And of course, my idea is I think we should check the IDA board and either change people, eliminate people, start over again. Have somebody responsible for what's going on there. And it seems like once they get started, they just kind of drift off and there's no follow-up and nobody really, I mean, up until now, of course, everybody's talking about it now, but, you know, they're just, they should be held accountable for their decisions they make. It's our money. It isn't the bank money, it's our money. So taxpayers are taxpayers. But, and, you know, that's just one issue that AES deal down there, and the Mount View thing. I mean, that whole thing's a loaded cannon, and now, of course, Mount View is a mess. And I've had people ask me what I would do with that. Personally, I thought the best way to get out of that would have been put it up for sale, get some kind of reasonable offer, maybe they get no offer. You know, donate it to them for $1. Give them a little concessions, maybe 3 to 5 years. Tell them, listen, you're going to put your own money in this building. We don't want any liabilities attached to it, and just divorce themselves eventually from the whole thing and let private enterprise take over, which are a lot better at it than the county, obviously. I mean, we've lost, what, $7 million on the first round, and we lost another $2 million monkeying around suing the state. And the state's only going to give us, what, $8.4 million? And we're in a hole for, what, $28 million by the time we get it all done? I mean, it doesn't take anything to figure that mess out. You know, we're going backwards at a pretty rapid pace there. And now we got residents that, you know, a lot of them are going to be really disturbed. They're all unseated. They don't know what's going on. Of course, a lot of them have dementia and stuff like that where they don't really know anyway, but all our families are upside down. I just went into Walmart this morning, and one of the door greeters over there come over and she says, you know what they're doing at Walmart? My mother's over there and they're going to close the whole place by December or something. And I said, she says, we got no place to put her. And they promised her over to, what's it, Briodio right behind me. And they called and said they have no room. Place in Tonawanda has no room. Someplace in Rochester maybe has some room. And she says, God, well, why? She says, I got to go to Rochester to see my mother? And she says, all because these people aren't capable of making a decision? And I'm paying them. I mean, that's exactly what she said to me. And I said, well, I can't do much with that. And I said, that's kind of a mess no matter what happens now. So, anyway. And the other thing is the real estate in the county, why the county sits on dead real estate, by me,